Hey everyone, it's me. I don't do many talking head videos as a rule, but I just saw a little article that said the Pope declared that euthanasia is a sin against God. And I just, what do you say after reading that? You're simultaneously pissed off and saddened and you're face palming, and then you think about all of the people that look up to this guy as some sort of conduit to to the ultimate being, and so they're going to look at him and go, whatever he says must be right. And the one thing just the one quick point I want to make is, aside from the fact that Christianity just can't seem to get enough suffering. If we could just squeeze a little bit more suffering into our belief system, maybe we'll have it then. But think about this, and then I'll turn the video off because I know I ramble too much. If God did exist, and I don't believe there are any gods, there is a God, but let's assume there is one, and let's assume that he, she, we're talking about the Christian God, gives you your life and truly gives you free will and all that stuff. If you believe that God somehow created you in the womb instead of naturally happening by two sets of chromosomes coming together and making a DNA and it forms into a human being, if you believe God somehow stitched you together magically in the womb, you still believe, I'm sure, that this being gave you your life. He didn't loan it to you, right? It's a gift. It's your life. Now that you're born, it's your life. You can go kill somebody, or you can go to church. You can go to church and kill somebody. You can do whatever you want with your life, right? Or else you don't have free will. So that's the whole point. It's your life. So you can't use the argument, well, if you kill yourself, then you took your life and only God can take a life. Who says? Not if it's not his anymore. If I give you a gift, I can't demand that you give it back to me. Or I can't demand, further, even worse, I can't demand how you use that gift. I can't say, here's a nice little gift I bought, and by the way, I want you to do this, this, and this with it. I mean, it's a gift, So the only point I would make is that it's, if you're dying and you know that you're getting worse and there's no end except for a bunch of suffering and then death, why not cut out all the suffering and then go when you got your senses and your strength, and you can go out the way you want to go out instead of on your back with people around you and you're not even cognizant of it. I mean, isn't it basically the same result anyway? If you're a Christian, you're going to get to heaven a little sooner. What's wrong with that? Wouldn't God be okay with that? You're getting to heaven sooner. There's no logic in religious beliefs. If there were, it'd be called science. Anyway, it never ceases to piss me off and baffle me. All right, I'm done. Oh, and I hope the Pope dies a long, excruciating death. No euthanasia for you. Well, actually, I don't wish that on anyone, but live by the sword, I do frame it this way. Whenever I think of stuff like that, I always word it this way. That way I don't feel like I'm doing anything or I have anything to do it. I want everyone to get what they deserve. No more and no less. That's it. So yeah, I do feel, you know, I think most people who have any kind of heart at all feel that, you know, there's not justice in this world. So, you know, they crave justice. And so yeah, I would like things to be all perfect and correct. But just look at Yahoo News for 5 minutes. You can see it's not. All right. No news on the health front. I'm going to compose some summary and maybe mail it to some doctors, and maybe I'll do a video, and you guys that want to help me, maybe you can download a copy and mail it off to a few doctors, and maybe I can get some opinions back. I think if I could be tested for glycogen storage disease, that's where they would look at your enzymes that create glycogen out of glucose, because that's exactly what it feels like. I can do some work, you know, I can move my muscles, but I pay a price afterwards where it's like this refractory period where I'm like my muscles can't get the same amount of glycogen they were getting before I got put on that drug. So it's like 2 days I'm fatigued and my muscles feel like crap, and I feel like crap. So that's what it sounds like to me, glycogen storage disease. But normally it's genetic, but it can be acquired. But to rule it out, all they'd have to do is take some blood work, look at those enzymes, and see if they're mutated or missing. Take a biopsy of the muscle and the liver and see how much glycogen are in there. See how much blood sugar I have. I mean, there's all these tests that, you know, you could do, but the doctor would have to do them. And so far, these 2 doctors I've talked to in Nashville, I guess they're just automatically writing that off, even though that's exactly what it feels like my symptoms are. All right, I said I would not talk very long. Anyway, I'll get with y'all at another time. So, later.